Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. I'm gonna get straight into it. This fragrance that I got today from TJ Maxx is out of pocket, bro. Out of control. I usually don't like to stay up this late. I don't know how I found myself staying up this late, but it's 4 in the morning. I usually don't do this, but whatever. And I was like, I just started smelling my hand. I was like, dude, I gotta throw the camera on. This crushed my expectations. Usually I would never buy anything in this section of TJ Maxx. So this was in the open bottle section where it's mainly just a bunch of eau de colognes from brands that you have never heard of. And I was walking by and there was a bottle that caught my eye called Amber Dusk, which is from this same line. So this is Majestic Wood by Jean Riche. Never freaking heard of them ever before. But I was walking by and I had a long day, man. I went through all of the Burlingtons, TJ Maxx's, Marshalls, and Ross's around town. I went to like 5 different sectors of town and was just trying to see if I could find some good stuff. It was a rough one, dude. I wasn't finding anything, which is why I was like, all right, well, let me go check out the open bottle section and see if maybe I just kind of got curious and went and checked it out. And Amber Dusk caught my eye, which smells really good. It smells very similar to something like Eternal Oud by Lattafa, or kind of something around that, which is an interpretation of Grand Soir by MFK. So it kind of plays in that realm. The main difference with Amber Dusk is it's not as deep of an amber and not as spicy. It plays more into like a sweetness. It's like a sweet kind of middle of the ground amber, not very deep, not very dark, and not as spicy. And also I got a little bit of like a chocolatey nuance from Amber Dusk. It was really good, man. That's the one that really kind of made me stop in my tracks and be like, hold up, man, let me smell some of these, because this Amber Dusk, the bottle caught my eye. It was the first bottle I really looked at. It caught my eye and I was like, Amber Dusk, that sounds like it might be pretty good. I like the name, I like the bottle, let me go in. And I smelled it and I was like, wow, that's actually really good. But ultimately, I didn't pull the trigger on it because it reminded me a lot of Eternal Oud by Lattafa, and when I compared both of those, I was like, when I thought about it, I was like, would I really wear this over Eternal Oud at any point? Probably not. I think Eternal Oud is better. But if you don't have the money for Eternal Oud, it's a $17 fragrance, and it actually performs very well. So I have Majestic Wood on this hand. I got Amber Dusk on this hand. It's still performing. It's a skin scent almost at this point, but it's definitely like a skin scent at this point. But anyways, when I smelled that, I was like, Jean Riche, I've never heard of them. So I was trying to see if I could look up anything by them. I found nothing except for this guy talking about them on Reddit. And he swore by this one. This one's Majestic Woods by Jean Riche. He was like, dude, this is a hidden gem. Get your nose on it. That guy was right, bro. I don't know what your name was, buddy, but like, bro, you were right. This is a banger. This is a $17 banger. When I tell you guys, I threw this on at 7:45 p.m. Currently, it's 4:15 a.m. So it's been 7.5 hours. Not only is it crushing like my expectations, when it comes to longevity, because I thought at best I was gonna get like 3, maybe 4 hours. Longevity crushed my expectations. But what obliterated my expectations was the projection. Guys, this outprojects most designers, like 80% of designers, and I am not kidding when I say that. I'm 7.5 hours in right now, and this has no signs of slowing down. This could very well end up being like a 10, 12-hour fragrance. I wouldn't be surprised, because this has no signs of slowing down. But what impressed me the most is not how long it's lasting, it's how it's been projecting through these last 7.5 hours. Like, this is not a skin scent, bro. I'm 7.5 hours in, and this is not a skin scent. This is legit projecting still. And the scent profile is gorgeous. Gorgeous, bro. Absolutely gorgeous. I just reopened here like 15 minutes ago. But basically what you get in the opening is a bright, fresh, woody fragrance with some gorgeous spices, a good bit of sweetness that really gives it some nice body. And that's kind of what you get in the opening. As you get towards the mid, you start to get you start to get the woods really starting to kind of take over. And they start to get kind of like creamy and powdery. The woods, they're sweet woods. There's some really nice, sweet, kind of creamy, powdery woods. And when I say creamy, don't think like thick or like, yeah, don't think like a thick creamy. It's like airy. It's like whipped cream. Like there's something very sensual and inviting about this. Like this is like a date night type of fragrance, man. There's something very sensual, very inviting, and like almost addicting about it, dude. And I feel crazy saying that about a $17 fragrance, but I'm not gonna throw this camera on and lie. Like, this is genuinely just that good, guys. This was like $18, $15, $19 with tax. So if you're somebody that legit only has a $20 bill to spare, I can't think of anything better to spend your money on in the fragrance realm. There's nothing I have ever bought, put my nose on, that hits like this for under $20. Like seriously, guys, I'm not even kidding. Longevity is crushing my expectations. The projection is literally obliterating my expectations. And the scent profile is gorgeous, man. I'm still struggling to pinpoint what it reminds me of. It reminds me, it kind of, I feel like it's a mashup of a few fragrances in the designer realm. But I can't really pinpoint what they are. Part of me wants to say like something, I don't know, man. I kind of get a little bit of La Nuit de l'Homme in the opening mixed with like a little bit of the one Dolce & Gabbana, but then it's like a lot woodier than the one. Like it's a very woody, sweet woody fragrance that stays fresh. It's creamy. It's like frothy, airy. Like I said, not creamy. It's more like whipped creamy. It's like whipped cream. And then there's like a powdery nuance that just makes it really sexy and very inviting. And this develops, dude. Like my first 45 minutes with this fragrance, I was like, hold up, dude. This is developing like crazy. And like I enjoyed every part of the development. From the opening all the way through now, 7.5 hours in, I have enjoyed this so much, dude. Oh, man. This is legit gonna be in my rotation. Because this doesn't just like remind me of anything that I wear often. Like I can't really pinpoint what it smells like. It smells like a combination of things. And there's nothing in my lineup right now that like is really doing what this is doing. Like this was a come up, dude. I feel like I robbed a bank. Like this is crazy, dude. So once again, guys, this is called Majestic Wood by Jean Riche. This is in Eau de Parfum concentration. 100 mil for $17, probably like $18.50, $19. $18.50 to like $19 with tax. So like I said, guys, if you literally only have a $20 bill to spare, there's nothing else that comes to mind. For under $20, there's literally nothing else that comes to mind. When I saw the bottle is really what got me, man. This kind of, I was like, hold on, this kind of looks like the Mind Games bottles a little bit. You know, that kind of has like the metal reflective label, kind of like how the bottle looks. It looks really similar to like a Mind Games bottle. Only difference, I guess, would really be the cap, and the Mind Games bottle kind of like tapers down. But I think the bottles what really caught my eye. And like I said, I really thought I was going to end up leaving TJ Maxx with Amber Dusk, which is from this same line. But I was like, nah, I think with Eternal Oud, I already kind of have something that plays in that realm. So I felt no need to get it. But when I smelled this, and I kind of like wore it, spent like 45 minutes wearing it before I decided to buy it, I was like, dude, there's nothing that I have that kind of like plays in this realm. It's very like nice, fresh, creamy, sweet, powdery woods. And it's like, there's nothing that peeks through. It smells high quality. And the longevity and projection are just nuts. I'm glazing, but it deserves it, man. This is like a 8.7, 8.8 out of 10. And it's under 20 bucks. This is so good, dude. That's insane. So anyways, this is ultimately the one I pulled the trigger on. There was another one that I really wanted to buy, dude, because the bottle was insane. It was called Cedar Spice by True Fragrance, which I had never heard of before either, but I kind of tried to look them up. It smelled good, but it literally only lasted like 30, 45 minutes, and it was like instantly a skin scent. Which I kind of expected because it was an eau de cologne. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really ever buy anything below like an eau de parfum. I might buy a EDT here and there, but for the most part, everything I own is eau de parfum and up. And these are eau de parfums. These Jean Riche fragrances, this one and Amber Dusk were both eau de parfums. But yeah, you'll see in the thumbnail, dude, the bottle that Cedar Spice had, I loved. If that fragrance would have smelled good and I would have brought it home, that might have been my favorite bottle in my whole collection. It was like a dull glass with an amber finish with a marble cap. That bottle was insane. I absolutely loved that bottle. But the fragrance, the juice, it just wasn't hitting. And it took everything out of me to not purchase that fragrance solely based off the bottle. I was like, I know it doesn't last. Like, it smells decent, but I know it doesn't last. I know I probably won't really wear it. But the bottle, man, that bottle was so nice. But ultimately, made the mature decision to not buy that, and I went with this. Majestic Wood. Guys, Blind Buy Safe, 8.7, 8.8 out of 10, under $20. Projection's insane, longevity's insane. Like, this has no signs of slowing down. I'm serious. This could end up lasting 10, 12 plus hours. And it's projecting, dude. It is legit projecting right now. And it's been 7.5 hours. That's insane, dude. So, anyways, guys, that's it for this one. I don't want to make this too long-winded, but yeah, if you're at a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls and you're thinking about picking this up, trust me, dude, you won't regret this. There's no way you can regret this. It's easy to like, it's crowd-pleasing, and it's Blind Buy Safe. You will find a way to wear this, I'm telling you. It's too easy to wear. I would say, this is one thing I will say though, if it's summertime and it's a really hot day, this might be a little too sweet. This is like summer nights and fall. Like, I can tell this is gonna work well in the fall for sure. This is like spring transitioning into summer, or summer nights, or maybe just like some cooler summer days. But if it's blazing hot, this might be a little too sweet, because it is fairly sweet. Like I said, it's a sweet, kind of whipped creamy woods with some spices, and it stays relatively fresh as well. It's gorgeous. I love this. So anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comments, man, if any of you guys have this, which I doubt it. Maybe y'all do. I don't know, but I've never seen anybody review this. Never even heard about this thing. But guys, I'm telling y'all, Blind Buy Safe, go pick it up. If you don't have it and you're just like, yeah, it sounds like something I could, I could definitely use in my rotation. I don't really have a woody, kind of frothy whipped creamy fragrance. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Guys, I'm telling you, you won't regret this. This is an absolute banger. So freaking good. And I love the bottle. The bottle's gonna make me want to reach for it. Believe it or not, bro, people sometimes are like, the bottle doesn't matter. Like, what matters is the juice inside the bottle. There is a psychological aspect, dude, and kind of a memory. I think the other thing that's gonna make me want to reach for this is the memory that I've had, that I've created today, of, you know, having a kind of like a bust. Like today was a bust. I didn't really find anything that good at these stores. And I just wandered my way into the open bottle section and found this. Like, this is a great memory that I created today. And to find a gem, a hidden gem like this, yeah, I'm gonna see the bottle and remember this day and be like, oh yeah, let's throw this on today, man. Let's go out and smelling like Majestic Wood, you know. But yeah, guys, that's it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.